What's up, guys? Brother Pyro coming right back at ya for WWE's all-women's pay-per-view Evolution Show 2 of, 6 that Hex and I are going to be covering this weekend. Yeah, you're stuck with us.
Girl power. We had to have a woman on for Evolution, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, if Tiny Twisted didn't come as early as she did, I was going to graciously bow out of this one and give it to you and it to you and Twisted. Our all-female team for the all-female pay-per-view.
We'll have to do that next time, won't we?
If there is a next time, and because look at how long it took us to get this one. The first one was
pops.
7 years. The first one was 7 years ago, and God, was that actually kind of bad.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, dude, I'm convinced they set this one up for failure.
Oh boy.
Here, okay. So from what I was reading, not only is it AEW's All-In Weekend with the Great American Bash, there is also a Beyonce concert across the street from the venue of Evolution at the same time.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how we get to this, or how WWE manages to get through this. But you stated you wanted to start us off. So what is match 1 on this card?
It's a mystery. Good luck. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Women's Intercontinental title match. A triple threat between Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria. Woo!
I mean, it only made sense to make it a triple threat match after the number 1 contender match between Bayley and Lyra ended in a double pin.
And crazy.
Dude, no, that was wild.
That was crazy.
But the fact that it ended in the way that it did, it only made sense. Becky has bad blood with Bayley. Becky has bad blood with Lyra. And from the way they've been writing this out, Bayley and Lyra are starting to have bad blood with each other.
Starting to? Oh, I think it's already just completely imploded.
So.
Pretty even across the board with Pyro, Twisted, and Flash going Bayley. Desario and I going Becky, and Cauldron and Ridicos going with Lyra Valkyria.
It doesn't surprise me that Ridicos with Lyra. He's
fascinated.
Since he's gotten back into the world of pro wrestling, he has been oodling, ogling, and a little obsessed with Lyra.
Kind of like how Flash is obsessed with Miss Rhea Ripley. I mean,
so are you, so shut up.
I am
wearing the kettle.
I am wearing the mom.
I was going to say you're currently wearing.
I plan on getting her other really expensive sweatshirt and then her equally super expensive bomber jacket. That thing looks
Dude, no, that thing does look pretty badass, I'm not going to lie. But we're here to talk wrestling, not.
I regret nothing.
I know.
All right, what's your reasoning for
So, one, I think Becky's title reign was always meant to be transitional. Mm-hmm. It was. I think it's meant to set up for the feud with Bayley. Obviously, the incorporation to Lyra wasn't on my bingo card.
It's also a title Becky hasn't held.
Yes. So I think, one, that's just your way of giving her flowers, because she has done a lot for the women's division. There is a time, but in that same aspect, Bayley has also done a lot for the women's division. One can almost argue that she has done more to help elevate the women's division. And personally, of the 4 horsewomen, that being her, Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks, I think, one, she is the most well-rounded. She is the better competitor. She is the best of the 4 competitors. And I think she genuinely is the most deserving of the flowers. No disrespect to any of the other 3. but I have always rated Bayley at the top of that list when going through all four.
And Rodrigez does not like Bayley that much.
But talk about it. She is the inaugural tag champ with Sasha in the what's it, Boss and Hug connection?
I don't know.
Or something like that. She really carried the women's division during the pandemic. Like, you tuned in to watch her.
Gotcha.
She has done so much to stay relevant and help the company in any which way possible she could. And she's always so willing to adapt and change. For that reason, I think this is her title to win. And I also think it's going to be great because you're going to plant even more seeds and make it an even bigger blowout with Lyra versus Bayley coming down the line one-on-one. Because I think Lyra gets pinned by Bayley to conclude this match.
And we differ on that opinion with me going.
I was going to say, let me pick your brain, love.
Because I think that feud between Bayley and Lyra that's heating up is going to be the exact reason why neither of them get it against Becky.
I was going to say,
she's going to capitalize on that.
We've seen that in past matches, not necessarily involving them two, but other matches on other shows where the rivalry between two competitors has been so strong.
Almost forget that the title is.
You almost forget that there's another person there.
Mm-hmm. Yup, exactly that.
And then I love Desario because he just said Becky's not losing this if it's not a one-on-one match. Whereas I feel she's less likely to lose it in a one-on-one match because she's always going to have that underhanded tactic. She's going to have, champion's advantage. None of that really plays a factor in a triple threat match or a fatal four-way or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, match number 2. It was announced that there will be a number 1 contenders battle royal match where there will be representatives from NXT, from Smackdown, and from Raw, all vying for a title opportunity at either the WWE Women's or Women's World Championship at Clash in Paris. Obviously, this is going to be all over the place. I'm kind of looking forward to this because I'm looking forward to seeing some of the names that might show up because they obviously haven't announced everybody.
I look forward to seeing what talent from NXT they choose to showcase.
They have announced that, actually. I believe it's Ava announced it on NXT a few weeks ago. Lash Legend.
Absolutely pushed.
I've been saying that Lash Legend and before her release, Jakara Jackson should have been called up.
Another one that I want to see get a good push.
Tatum Paxley's in the match. Lola Vice is in the match.
Another one I want to see get a good push who's also in this match is Jada Parker.
Yes, Jada Parker. Her. Dude, Jada needs to get her call up soon, too.
She needs her flowers.
Oh, my God, dude. She is an amazing young talent.
Miss Parker.
And I am so excited for it to see what happens. I'm trying to remember, because there were 6 names announced from NXT. And I'm trying to remember who they all are. But
were there any others from Fatal Influence in it?
No.
That's interesting.
Surprisingly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is Zaraia involved?
No, and I really want her to be. Yeah. But, so going into our predictions, Desario picks Nikki Bella. Whereas Flash went undecided, and the rest of the field went with La Primera. Tiffany Valkyria.
Oh my goodness.
I am so excited. Dude, she is about to show up, show out,
She's been a hit since she walked through those
Dude,
doors.
honestly.
She's just... her pop has not gone away.
No. They've done a really good job of capitalizing on her momentum.
Her and Julia, honestly.
Yes.
Julia seems to have kind of gone underneath the shadow of Valkyria a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Valkyrie's gotten that pop.
Valkyria has become super over with the crowd, and oh wait, I think I found the list of
it's
all.
her one move in the middle of the ring that Booker loves so much.
All right, so going in, I have found the list of our women participating in this match: Ivy Nile, Stephanie Vaquer, Zelina Vega, Julia, Nikki Bella, Chelsea Green, Nia Jax, Maxine Dupree, Natalia, Candice LeRae, B-Fab Meechin, Piper Niven, Alba Fire, and representing NXT, Tatum Paxley, Kaylani Jordan, Izzy Dame. So Izzy Dame has double duty this week.
Wow. Quite
Lash Legend, Lola Vice, and Jada Parker.
Miss Parker.
Dude,
if not Vaquer, Miss Parker, please.
I was gonna say if not Vaquer, it needs to. I can see this going. Obviously, you know who it's not gonna be. If I'm not going Stephanie, I need it to be Lash, or I need it to be Jada. Those are the only other two suitable names, in my opinion. They're young, they're hot. You know they can get the job done. And again, these are women that have really picked up momentum, and they really haven't let go of it either. But alright, speaking of our NXT women.
Alright, for this NXT Women's title, we have Jacy Jane versus Jordynne Grace, with all of us being unanimous in Jordynne Grace.
She should have beat Stephanie for it. What was their last show? No Mercy?
I don't remember what their match
but
was.
Still, like, Jordynne, if you were going to take the title off of Stephanie, it should have been Jordynne. Jordynne was the right woman to do so. She's been, like Desario said, she's been chasing this title for like a year plus now. Throw her the damn bone.
Yeah, and this goes kind of hand in hand with what I kind of was talking about when we were talking in American Bash with the tag team, or not, was it the tag team? Where I feel if what I've said comes to fruition and, Fatal Influence kind of implodes during then, JC isn't going to have any help here. Except maybe Jasmine.
I was going to say you'll have Jasmine Nix.
She better hope things go her way. That's all I'm saying. But
no, honestly.
We all went Jordynne, so we all see something.
I'm excited for that one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. As announced on Raw a few weeks ago, women's tag titles, fatal 4-way match. The Judgment Day being represented by Roxanne and what should be Liv Morgan, but due to her injury, will now be replaced with
Raquel and Liv Morgan.
What did I say?
It's Roxanne.
Yep,
It's
Roxanne Perez replacing Liv Morgan to team with Raquel Rodriguez. Can you tell I'm still waking up?
Yes.
I literally woke up. The returning unit of the Kabuki Warriors, because we haven't seen them as a tag team in quite a while.
Thank goodness Asuka's back, mister.
Sol Ruca and Zaraia, and for those that haven't been paying attention to NXT, they've been a really formidable women's tag. Again, pre-release, if you would have told me I was getting this match and my Metaphor girls, Jakara and Lash, wouldn't have been involved, I would have been ready to take a drive to Connecticut. just to fight with Mr. Paul Levesque. Just saying, because... And the unlikely duo that is Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
A duo I didn't think I would like.
A duo I didn't think would work, or that I knew I wanted until they gave it to me.
And in all fairness, that's coming a lot for me because I don't really care for Charlotte Flair.
I know.
At all. I don't really like her.
And it's
but
funny,
as a tag, I like this.
I am not mad at this.
I'm not.
This would be her second, if they win, this would be her second reign with the tag titles. Can you, and I want to test your knowledge here, can you tell me who her first reign with the tag titles was?
Alexa or Charlotte?
Charlotte. I will give you a hint. It is actually one of her opponents in the match.
Charlotte, huh?
Mm-hmm. And obviously you can roll up the NXT girls because they weren't even around when it happened.
They were not. Raquel.
It was not. It was actually Asuka.
See, and that was my first.
It was
that was
Asuka.
The first thought that went in my brain. I was like, no.
Raquel was still in NXT.
No.
Roxanne hadn't signed with the company.
I should have went with my gut. Bad hex. Bad hex.
Hey, I give you all the credit for taking that guess, though, because, like, you look at the paper and you think maybe that's what it is. My brain
went back and forth. Asuka or Raquel.
It was Asuka.
I went Raquel.
That was one of her. That was one of her first babyface runs.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So I'm excited to see what we do here going into our predictions. Jesus, we're a little all over. So myself, Twisted, Desario, and Cauldron all chose Alexa and Charlotte. You and Flash went the Kabuki Warriors. You went Judgment Day. Ridicos and Flash, went Kabuki Warriors.
I am surprised I'm the only one that went Judgment Day.
You can tell the tension there. Roxanne is only doing this to save face. Raquel doesn't want Roxanne around in general, and you can see that playing out.
I could also see them getting along more.
Because think about it this way. Going into, I want to say, it was the Money in the Bank qualifiers when they first started trying to recruit Roxanne to the group. She joined that triple threat match to help Liv. Mm-hmm. And last second pulled a very shady but very smart move. And I saved you from getting pinned, but I picked up the win for myself. Mm-hmm. Who's to say, I just didn't make it in time to save you for eating that pin.
I understand that.
Knowing how calculated that could be.
But I think within the things going on inside the Judgment Day, in order to make things how Finn's trying to have them, I think everyone needs to stay together like that.
Stay together at least for now. No, I think Finn is actually looking at trying to create that wedge to separate Roxanne and Liv from the rest of the group. Personally speaking.
Gotcha. Well, it'll be interesting to see how
it will be.
All right.
This next one's yours.
No holds barred match with Naomi and Jade Cargill, where my household, considering of Hex, Cauldron, and Ridicos here, went Jade, and the rest Naomi. Which, now that I spend some time thinking about it as we recorded this, why would Naomi lose with the Money in the Bank briefcase?
Exactly.
So
again, unlike the Dolph Ziggler situation way back when, you want, and especially with it being the women's Money in the Bank and how young that briefcase really is in the grand scheme of things, you don't want to lose credibility. You don't want your holder to lose credibility. Mm-hmm. Like, you want the fans to be like, all right, I'm watching you. This was the right choice, and continue to solidify.
Why do I feel like Jade still is going to be the reason why Naomi's cash-in doesn't go the way she wants it to?
Here's my breakdown of how that really is going to work. This feud is long from over.
Oh, yeah.
Jade's going to beat Tiffy at SummerSlam. Naomi's going to cash in on Jade. And this is going to culminate with the ultimate rematch at Mania 43? 42?
We're
going into 42.
It's a Mania in the 40s. So.
Mania 42 is where this whole rivalry is going to conclude. If it doesn't, the only other spot I can see it concluding is Survivor Series, because that's where it all began last year.
Got you.
But that's your payoff here. Alright, so going into our co-main events is what I'm going to call them. Our last two matches, your champions got to handpick their opponent per GMs of both Raw and Smackdown. We're going into the WWE Women's title. Tiffany Stratton handpicks a mentor of a sort, I guess you can say. I know somebody she looks up to and idolizes. WWE Hall of Famer, 7-time women's champion, Trish Stratus.
Miss Stratisfaction.
Oh, yeah. So, Desario being the odd man out, as he tends to usually be, picks Trish because, in his words, end this reign of suckitude with Tiffy. Whereas the rest of us realize, know, and believe that the WWE Women's Locker Room currently runs on Tiffy time.
It does currently run on Tiffy time, and quite frankly, I'm not mad at her reign.
I'm not either. I think it's been booked really well. They've lined her up with the right opponents, and she's shown why the company was right to place their faith in her from such a young start. Because they called her up relatively early.
They did.
From NXT.
They did.
But even in NXT, she showed all that promise, and as they fleshed her out here on SmackDown, you're seeing that promise, that faith wasn't misplaced.
Right.
Plus, again, let's be real, the bigger draw isn't Trish and Jade. It's Tiffany and Jade. Come SummerSlam.
Gotcha. Alright, leading into our final match here for the Women's World title. IYO SKY versus Rhea Ripley.
It's funny that you ended up getting this match.
I think the interactions in the ring are always so cute and funny. Oh my god.
I honestly did not plan for you to, because we were talking Rhea earlier, I was not planning for that to play out this way, but here we go.
I didn't know it was going to play out this way either, but it works out in my favor, don't you think?
It does.
Well, true to fashion. Flash, me, Cauldron, and Twisted went Rhea. Whereas Ridicos, Desario, and Brother Pyro here went IYO SKY.
Part of me wants to understand Ridicos' reasoning for picking IYO. I think it's just his...
He likes IYO. He really does. He likes her championship reign right now and doesn't see her...
They haven't done much with it.
Doesn't see Rhea beating her.
They haven't done much with it, but I want to see this be the first step of really solidifying why they did it. Because she hasn't really done much since Mania.
Right. That is true.
But I'm going to stand with history being on IYO SKY, and there's one thing that has remained true throughout all of this. Rhea can't get it done against IYO. Rhea has yet to beat her, and I don't think that happens anytime soon.
I disagree.
Obviously, because you picked Rhea.
I think now that she's not distracted by Bianca Belair ringside, that she might have a viable time beating her this time, because it had been some time since they have fought one-on-one.
Fair, but if you look at this,
I don't wanna.
You can't blame Bianca for all of it, because even before Bianca, she couldn't get the job done.
And I'm not putting it all on Bianca being ringside. It's definitely hand in hand. It was also Rhea being far too cocky and confident in her position when she should have been focused on IYO.
And I think that's...
She underestimated IYO.
I love Rhea, but I think, IYO calling her out on a couple weeks ago on Monday, saying, hey, I was told I get to pick my opponent. I want to face the best that there is. Mm-hmm. And currently, I feel like that's you. That compliment is feeding into Rhea's ego. Mm-hmm. And you know it.
I do.
That ego stroking is going to be her downfall. She's going to go in uber confident, maybe even overconfident. And I think she's going to, once again, look past IYO, or she's going to have that level of self-doubt of, can I really do this? She's beaten me time and time and time and time and time again.
Either way, I won't be mad either way.
Oh no, this match is,
it's going to be a great match.
I think them announcing that this being the main event was the right move. I think this is going to be...
They are great in ring together. They really are.
God, their in-ring chemistry is insane, and I am so excited for how this match is going to deliver, because it's going to be...
Oh, yeah.
I know it's going to be a 10 out of 10 match.
Absolutely.
But alright, that wraps us up with our Evolution pre-show. Thank you, Hex, for filling in.
Oh, you're
Everybody awesome. Enjoy the show, and we will see you later.
Hasta la vista, baby.